Hey everybody, Grayson from Poke Profit. It's Friday. We're going to be talking about Esfiera specialty set ETBs, and I think there's a new king in town when it comes to sales volume when we're looking at the specialty sets. And I'll explain that all in this video. We're going to start off with 151. I mean, this ETB's been on a rampage. These are now $600, more or less. I mean, maybe you can find one for $575 on eBay, but for the most part, sales are at or above $600 USD fairly consistently. The really interesting thing too is that over the past couple weeks, the sales volumes actually increased on 151 ETBs, even though the ETB price is up, I want to say 20, maybe 25% over the past 14 days. We're still seeing more of these get pushed through eBay than there was back in, I don't know, early March, let's say. So very, very impressive. And if you guys want a number, it's somewhere between 8 and 9 right now in terms of the amount of ETBs selling every single day. Buy it now on that platform. And then, you add in auctions, you add in TCG Player. The number in total, right, that's being transacted in the entire world is obviously a lot higher than that. But still, for eBay in specific, between 8 and 9 per day buy it now is very impressive. Very, very high. I don't think we've ever actually seen it higher than that, even when these ETBs were, I don't know, $200, $300. Like, I'm trying to remember, but very, very rarely do we see it this high in the eights. Now, looking at some of these cards, prices are coming back down. So the Charizard, I think that was over $500 at one point. Blastoise was up to like $230. That's now back down to $180 and might even be dropping a little bit more. Venusaur in the $160 range, $155. Charmander, the fourth most expensive card currently at $156. Zapdos around $140. I mean, I think everybody kind of knew these prices weren't sustainable. Congratulations if you guys got in very early on the hype and managed to flip some of these singles and make a decent profit. But for the people who, let's say, bought in at the top, kind of a harsh lesson, honestly, that you can't chase the hype in this hobby. And if you're a week or two behind on a move, you've probably already missed most of the move, realistically, when it comes to any given set. So just keep that in mind for the future. Moving on, Paldean Fates. These ETBs are kind of interesting right now. So TCG Player, $339 approximately. There are not a ton of these listed below $400 on eBay. Maybe 2 cases, let's say, worth of ETBs. It might even be a little bit less than that. The very weird thing, though, is the PC TBs aren't even $500, right? There's multiple sales still in the $400 to $450 range. Very, very close in price. The other thing, too, that I've still never understood is why the sales volume is still relatively poor on these. When you compare it to 151, Black Bolt, White Flare, any of these other sets, Prismatic, obviously, Paldean Fates just isn't moving well. It's actually kind of on par with Shrouded Fable, funnily enough, which we'll take a look at here in a minute. So it's one of those things that I haven't fully understood, but I don't think it's entirely relevant, right? Like, there's a very limited supply of these ETBs out there. They are moving at a steady pace, consistent pace, so we'll give it that. And I think it's only a matter of time before these push towards $400 and then onwards. When we look at some of the singles, Bubble Mew, $365 approximately right now. The Charizard, $235, holding fairly strong. And the Gardevoir, which I do love this artwork, around $120. You guys know I'm not a huge fan of Paldean Fates outside of those cards. I don't really like the baby shinies, but I know some people like them, so that's awesome if you do. Now, Shrouded Fable, we do actually have a new top hit in this set, which I think is kind of funny, but the ETBs are up to $83. Decent amount of supply out there. I think when you look at all of these ETBs, this was the only set that actually had more supply this week below a 20% leg up compared to all the other sets. And when you look at the cards now, the Duskull is the most expensive, sitting around $51, $52, interestingly. Outside of that, Pheasantipity, $47. That, I believe, is a playable card. The Basic Energy, $45. Persian around $43. Cassiopeia's now moved into the top 5 at $37. You have the Monkey Dory around $37. Houndoom, $35, $36. I really like the Horsey, which I know we're kind of skipping over the Dusclops here, but $31, $32, really cute looking, beautiful card. Makes sense why that's $30. It does make sense to me too, why the Houndoom has some value, the Persian, the Duskull. I get it, but the unfortunate thing about Shrouded, you just don't have a crazy top chase. And that's why people are not going to be willing to spend $30, $40, $50 on a pack, at least not to the extent they would be willing to pay that much to open something like Prismatic or 151 or Black Bolt White Flare. Any of these other sets just absolutely trump Shrouded Fable. And that's why I own 0 Shrouded Fable. And I probably never will, to be honest. But if you guys own, let's say, PCTBs, or you own, I don't know, the Greninja and the Kingdra boxes, I think it's fine, right? Like, it's not going to be the end of the world, but it's just not something for me. So there you guys go. Those are the first 3 sets. Before we get into Prismatic, if you guys enjoy this type of content, I'd really appreciate if you leave a like on the video. It helps out a ton, getting these videos pushed out to new people. Also, a bunch of useful links, as always, in the description if you want to work with me this year. We have the mentorship program, the consultation calls. We also have the spreadsheet if you guys want to look at all the sales data that I've accumulated over the past year and onwards, of course. And then affiliate links if you guys are shopping, eBay, TCG Player, Hobbiesville. Helps out a ton. Thank you guys so much for the support. Talking about Prismatic now, this is where things get interesting. So this ETB, $196, $197 on TCG Player currently. Prismatic's in a funny spot to me right now. So I kind of thought the sales volume was going to slow down, and it has, of course, compared to the most previous updates before this, but it's actually at a level still that's higher than I expected. Now, to give you guys kind of a perspective of what's going on here, the last time I looked at Prismatic in the spreadsheet, the ETB price was around $175. So we were capturing listings below, what would that be, like 210, 208, 210, something like that. This week, the fact that this ETB is around $195, we're capturing listings below like 235, 240. And there was only like 50% the supply this update compared to last update. And even with the sales volume being at the level it's at, it doesn't fully make up for the difference in supply. So what I'm thinking is happening right now, people are still looking at Prismatic around $200 and going, this is still pretty good value. I think you have consumers still willing to pay this to open the product. Obviously, when I look at 151 being $600, right? And then I look at Prismatic being $200, what would I rather open? It's Prismatic all day. I think a lot of people would agree with that. The other thing too, I think there are people holding back Prismatic right now. Everybody wants to hold it at this point. We've seen so many reprints up to March of 2026 that I think most people agree it's probably not going to get a crazy amount this year. They're going to have to focus on Ascended Heroes, Destined Rivals, Phantasmal Flames, all of these other sets at this point. And I think Alex was kind of talking about this today as well. Time's passing. Like, Pokemon has to move on to these newer sets. So it's one of those things where time is starting to run out, I feel. Could be wrong about this. Like, maybe we just get massive dumps of Prismatic the rest of the year. Pokemon's done weirder things, right? So it is entirely possible that happens. But I think people are starting to realize that they should probably buy up a little bit of Prismatic at this point if they've been sitting on the sideline. So I think that's what's going on there. Sales volume still very strong, but it's not the highest anymore, guys. We have a set that's performing better than Prismatic. Actually, 2 sets, I'd say, at this point, performing better than Prismatic. And those are, of course, Black Bolt and White Flare. Black Bolt is selling better than White Flare. That shouldn't be a surprise. I'd say about 20% higher sales volume, Black Bolt compared to White Flare, but both of these are somewhere between 20 to 30% higher, I'd say, compared to Prismatic Evolutions in terms of sales volume. And Black Bolt's in a range right now too, where I think product is being held back, but I also think that just so much of the supply has been chewed through over the past 6 months. Like, there was hardcore coiling on Black Bolt and White Flare for a very long period of time. We're now starting to see that the consequences of that, let's say, come to fruition. And I wouldn't be shocked if Black Bolt keeps running towards $120. It's just past $100 on TCG Player. I think White Flare, we could probably get up to $100, $105 here over the next month or two. Wouldn't shock me. And I think long term, right, like the sky is the limit on a product like this. If Paldean Fates is getting to $350, $400, why couldn't Black Bolt or White Flare in a few years? I think that's entirely reasonable. I know some people would probably disagree with that, but that's what I'm sticking to right now. Now, I do want to close out the video trying to give you guys some of my advice as to what I would do right now in terms of buying and investing, because I know I can sit here and talk about sales volume and talk about the data that a lot of people don't have, but how do you actually apply that and make decisions? Well, I think in the future there'll be, a couple tools that we can talk about and discuss and use. But for now, if you're looking at all these sets, I think a lot of your attention should be on White Flare, Black Bolt, Prismatic Evolutions, and then probably Ascended Heroes. I think in order, trying to prioritize these, I would probably put Ascended above Black Bolt and White Flare. And then Prismatic, I think it depends on how you view that set. If you don't think we're going to get a lot of reprints this year, or any reprints at all, I would probably put that in front of everything. But Ascended being like $100 in ETB, the fact you can get cases for, I don't know, $1,100 right now, $1,150, that is very high on the totem pole, at least in my opinion, as to where you should be putting your money. And again, you got to understand there is potential for reprints. You might have to dollar cost average over a couple of years. It's funny too, because I received a comment from someone who claimed they were a new viewer a couple days ago, saying that I was almost like too bullish, right? And they quoted a couple sentences out of a 10-minute video. But the reality is, I think a lot of people have kind of lost the plot. And I've said this before, TCG investing for a very long period of time, if you made 20% a year, you were doing great, right? And Rudy's talked about that before as well. There were 5 to 10 year periods where you just didn't make crazy money in TCGs. And that's when a lot of people left. It's only been over the past 5-6 years at this point that people have made crazy money in a lot of this stuff. And that's not to say that before 2020, you couldn't have experienced growth in the hobby, because that's not true, right? From 2010 to 2020, tons of stuff moved up in price. From 2000 to 2010, tons of stuff doubled as well. So there's always been growth, but it's one of those things that's compounded very quickly over the past 5 years as TCG investing, as collecting has become more mainstream. And there might be a period in the future where it's not like this anymore. And we go back to those old times where things go flat for a very long period. So that's why I think it's important to really be a little bit picky about what sets you are going to invest in. Make sure there's good reasoning behind it, whether it's sets that right now have very strong sales volume and demand, sets that have very desirable chase cards. If you want to, make a little bit of gamble on scarcity, maybe that's how you get pushed towards like Paldean Fates or 151 ETBs still, because there's not as many out there compared to Prismatic or Black Bolt or White Flare. So there's lots of angles you can go with things. Ultimately, it comes down to how you view the markets and what your thesis is. But just have a plan, stick with it, and, be realistic about what you want to get out of TCG investing. I think that's all I want to say in this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great weekend. Stay safe wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you in the next one.